Hey folks, Josway here. Welcome back to Mars First Logistics. I've been playing offline again a little bit. We've got kind of a vast amount of this huge map exposed to our signal network, and we've built out a few things. We built some power lines, a few more monorails. But where we left off, we had been planning to deliver a robot. I have a feeling this is going to be trickier than it seems. Let's accept the job for now. And let's take a look at our starting and end points. So we've seen the robot factory. We'll check out the construction site real quick. Okay. For a second, I thought we were in muck here, but it's just oddly colored sand. Looks like the delivery point is pretty straightforward. We just have to get here. This area is quite surrounded by mountains. However... yeah, this looks pretty straightforward. I'm not sure what the complication here is going to be, except that I suspect the robot is likely going to be unruly, since it's faulty, and maybe running away from me. I don't know. Let's head over here and see if we can't pick it up. So I'm not sure which vehicle we want to use here. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Okay. All right. So the developers of this game have a habit of creating extremely adorable little dudes for me to have to rescue. First we had Softshell, the turtle, the tortoise. Now we've got this little guy. I mean, tell me he's not the most adorable little robot you've ever seen, right? That's incredible. I don't have a name for this guy off the top of my head, but Stinky, maybe? Stinky seems good. Is he going to let me pick him up, or is he going to run away? I feel like he's going to run away. All right, what vehicle do I want here? Of the things that I've built, the stuff down near the bottom is sort of more useful. I don't think we can fly him. So, let's see. The beach ball picker-upper might work. Bricks might work here. He's a little chunky, so we need a vehicle with a certain amount of mass to be able to handle him. Let me try my brick stack carrier here. We'll see if this works with him. All right, let's back into him. See if we can pick him up. I don't know if he's gonna give me problems here. Do I want to pick him up from the front? No, I probably want to pick him up from the side. Okay, I have a feeling, I have a nasty feeling he's going to run away as soon as I try and pick him up. He's going to start toddling forward like, no, I don't want to go, Mom. I'm not going to the doctor. I don't like shots. Let's see. Okay, hold still. It's for your own good, buddy. Is he going to start wriggling and screaming and stuff? Like, it could be like a mandragora. He could just start screaming, like, as soon as you touch him, just, nonstop, right? It'd be kind of funny. In a mean way, or a trolly way. Okay. I'm gonna try to pick him up here. I can angle this a little bit better. Or I can't? What's the problem? I'm on the axis is the problem. Okay. There we go. So now I've got a pretty solid center line on his spine and his face. So we're pretty well centered here. He does have like buttons and levers on his back, so I don't know what that's about. Let's just see if we can grab him. Let's see what happens. All right, maybe this is going to be a little bit easier than I thought. He doesn't seem to be struggling. Okay. So I have a hold of him. I'm realizing this design was built to pick up a stack of bricks. I'm realizing as I look at it, the grabbing utility could be better in terms of being able to get the center of gravity set up, but we can do that much at least. That's about what we can do. I guess I could, if I had like a slide on the back, like panels, I could angle it a little bit, like this, and then let him kind of fall down a little bit to get the center of gravity lower, but I don't have that, so we'll just go with what we have. I do love the idea that this robot is not sentient, but at least self-aware. It's like, I have been lifted. I am upside down. The oil is rushing to my head. This is deeply uncomfortable. But, well, like me, you're a tool for the expansion of this this colony, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. This doesn't seem that bad. I think the vehicle I have here is gonna work. Okay, getting over this lip is going to be rough, but I do have the grappling hook, so that can help me out here. Let's go ahead and pop that. Okay. All right, well, okay, hold on. I could try to fly here with him, I suppose. The problem is I'm so back heavy. No, my rear end is going to pull backwards against the thrusters, so that's not going to work. I think the grappling hook will work. I just lost control of it for some reason. There we go. Okay, that got us over the hump. Robot in tow. What did I name him? Stinky? Stinky the robot? I think I named him Stinky. All right, Stinky, let's get over to your new home, where you can toil for eternity until your parts rust out and you're thrown away like garbage. Was that a little dark? My bad. Yeah, the thrusters on this kind of pointless. They're not really going to help me out with much. They just don't have enough lift and control. You can get me over little bits where I get stuck on some of this shale and rock, but other than that, you're not going to do much. Okay. All right, looks like our suspension's going to be able to handle this fairly well. Let's just get him over and delivered. I'm curious to see what he ends up doing once we deliver him. Like, what's his job going to be at this new location? I love that we're carrying him head down, upside down the whole way. We do have to put the delivery spot is rather precise, so we do have to put him down carefully. But oh, it's bigger than I thought. Never mind. We can just drive into this. It's gonna be fine. All right, robot delivered. Skadoosh, there we go. Okay, so whatever this building is, it's not complete. So this is another one of these multi-part contracts. So we have the tested rocket fin from the wind tunnel down to this site. You know, there was something I wanted to check with this. Something I wanted to see. I still have to do the fish and the generator here, but since we're in this location and we know what we're dealing with, I would like to see whatever this construction site is finished. Let's accept the rocket fin real quick and head over here to the wind tunnel. So one thing I wanted to see, the fin here appears to be made of metal. And we have those magnetic wheels. I was curious whether I can use that as a makeshift grapple of sorts. So let's see. I did pick up some new parts here and there too. There's a part I wanted to check out how it works, which is this. I picked up a winch. Oh yeah, the levitating actuator. This is another extender like the telescopic cylinder or the hydraulic cylinder, but it gets empty space between it, which is interesting. I have a heavy duty jack. I don't really know how this works yet either. Jack implies that it's going to lift stuff up. I don't know. And then I was curious whether I could use the magnetic wheel as to drag stuff. You know? Like if I just made, let's see. What would I want here? Again, I need a fairly beefy vehicle, something with some mass on it to drag stuff. The basics of the bricks and beach ball here is pretty decent. Let me make a copy of, I've got the brick thing here. Let me make a copy of this. Let's just tear this off for a second. Let's use a hitch here. I have one ball hitch, I believe. Where is that? Yeah, I have a ball joint. So let's make a ball joint. We could make kind of like a chain of stuff. If I had a bunch of those. But let's just, okay, I'm not gonna have too much room. But okay, we'll make like a dangling, we'll make like something that dangles. Is there any way I can reposition this? Because I'm at the edge here. All right, well, that's not gonna work. Let's get the connector. And let's grab something like this. I can have this dangle, I guess. Like that. And then if I take one of these magnetic wheels, I'm just curious. That should like, yeah, it's gonna roll. It's gonna try to drive. But will it grab this fin and like magnetize to it? No, it doesn't appear to recognize the fin's metal. So it'll only, that's a shame. I thought I could maybe make something happen here. Maybe if I got it right on top of it. I love the idea that that wheel is trying to apply thrust while it rolls around on the ball joint. Let me just double check here. If I get direct contact, does it magnetize? It did a little bit, but it's not, yeah, it kind of did a little bit. Let's see that one more time. No, it doesn't even a little bit. So it's not gonna act as a magnetic like grip at all. Okay. That's fine. Oh, it's got a little check mark on it. It's been tested and approved. I love that. So how are we gonna pick this thing up? What am I gonna use here? This brick thing's not quite good enough. I think we go with old reliable here. The Scorpion. You need to move down closer to the bottom here. This is a general purpose, big, heavy lift vehicle. Get you there. I don't really need you here. Let's see if we can pick it up with a Scorpion here. How do I want to lift it? I mean, I made this when I first built this. The idea was that I would put stuff in the bed, but the bed has just proved not large enough. It's just not. It just doesn't have the space it needs. Should I be experimenting with the jack? I don't know how it works. I could take a second to see, but, well, all right, maybe we'll do that next. Let me see if I can figure out how to pick this thing up. If I can get my hands on it. I do have all the telescoping stuff here, so I have a bit of. Let me open the bed up, or at least get the grippers open, so we have some kind of. You can kind of, if I line it up sideways, we can maybe hold on to it a little bit. I thought I replaced that telescopic thing with a cylinder, but I guess I didn't. All right, let's open up the gripper first of all. That is pretty wide. Aim it down at the ground a little bit. Okay. So we've got it down on the ground. Can I snap this? Is this wide enough that I can get it around that? No, it looks like it's not going to be enough. So it does have those beveled edges, which means we could probably slide a forklift under it with the right positioning. We're not going to be able to do it from here, though. It's too wide. I could make it wider. I could also remove some of the weight by getting rid of the arms, because I don't think they're going to be super helpful. Although, if I manage to pick it up this way... You know what I could do? Hold on. You know what I can do? Hold on. Okay. I can come at it from a different direction over the edge. Like this. If we back it up. Yeah, if we get past that metal plate at the end, I might be able to pick it up like this. Got so many controls. There's another extender here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do before we start picking this up is I'm going to get the grappling hooks involved. I'm just going to tie myself down a little bit so that I have more leverage to pick this up. Okay. I think we're in a pretty good space here. I just need to figure out how to do it now. All right, okay. We're almost there. Can I force it to go down a little bit? Maybe if I rotate it like this. I might need to come at it from the other side entirely. We're most of the way there. All right, let's come at it from the other side. I'll need to release my jacks. Grappling hooks, rather. Need to drive around to the other side here. Come at it from a different angle. See if we can pick it up from the thin side. Half of the game is picking things up, you guys. Okay, we can position it like this, and I think we'll be better off. What am I looking for? Something like this? I need the left arm to be, or from this position, the right arm to be past the edge is the problem. There we go. I need to be close into the tower here for the pickup. That little stone is annoying, kind of killing my vibe here. I'm in nice and close to the tower, like this. There we go. Okay, that looks decent. Okay, I think that could work. Let's take a look. Yeah. That looks pretty good. It is, no, it's getting stuck. There we go. Okay. I think we're as close to the ground as we're going to get. At this point, I do think we need to tie ourselves down. Okay, with the grappling hooks in place, I think we're about as good as we're going to get here. Let me adjust the angle a little bit. Okay. Take our shot. Take the grab. Feels like we've got a grip on it here. Okay. All right. We do, but it's not particularly great. It's 2 points of contact. Less than I'd like. I don't know if I can lift it like this. Up and over. It's going to be swinging around. I need to try to... Okay, we have a grip on it. Okay, okay. I'll... Well, that did not work. Okay, not great. We need a different gripper then. Something else, because that's not going to work. What can I do here? It's so awkward to pick up. I mean, it's under my wheel, so I have a little bit of it. Part of it is lifted right now, but I don't know if I can get my arm over there to pick it up while it's off the ground to get a better grip on it. You know what I need? You know what I need? Maybe this is a case for the jack. Maybe if I can use one arm to lift it up and the other arm to grab it, like a second arm to grab it, maybe? I don't know. Should I try to grip it here while it's up off the ground? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think my arm can reach that well. Get underneath it? Maybe. No, I don't think I have a rotational piece that's going to let me do that. This thing can go forwards and backwards a lot, but it doesn't go left and right. I might be better off just adjusting my gripper to pick it up off the ground the way we originally intended to. So if I reset the contract, put it back where it was. Well, okay, hold on. Reset the contract. I think we want to pick it up like we were originally trying to. I think that should be our goal. Which means we just need something a little bit wider. And a little bit more... Yeah, we can take advantage of its shape to a degree, I think. We want to pick it up from the heavy end, I guess. And we want to lock it in once we have it. I honestly think what we have now is okay. You know what we can do? We can get a little bit of angle on the top so that as we close... Yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm thinking. Let's go into the editor here. So I'm going to make a copy of this because I don't want to... This is such a good vehicle for me, the Scorpion. I'm going to make a copy of it for now so that I don't mess with the original. And then we're going to edit this. So first of all, Let me get this started in its extended state so we can work with the space. Oh, this would be... it'd be interesting to use this levitating actuator to some degree. Because then... we can... yeah, we can position it a bit more easily if we use this thing. What are the... since I have one, I will try it. This might be helpful. Let's get it started in its extended space. Oh, look at how wide that is. That's crazy. Okay, I don't know how strong it is either, is the other problem. Let's put you back. Then the idea is on the bottom, instead of grippers, on the bottom, we'll have the forklift stuff. If I can slide those in. So you, yeah, you are going to be like that, sliding underneath it. So those slide underneath. They can only get so close with the actuator or whatever it is. And then I kind of had a thought that these would be angled a little bit so that as it slid in, it would get more and more of a grip. I could buy more of these, I guess, or more fork thingies. Do I have anything else that could work here as a gripper? I guess the claw, but if I'm not rotating it, maybe not. Maybe I do want more of these. What are these, 65? All right, let's get 4 of those. And let's get some, just a little bit of angling here going with the 15-degree bends. So we'll remove the gripper pads. And then I want to angle this away from the forks. Yeah. Yeah, I want kind of a wedge so that as I close it, as we close this, it pushes this angled thing down on top, and it gets tighter and tighter as we angle in. I'm not sure this is going to work, but I think it's worth a shot. I'm excited about this this actuator here. Not only does it give you the space in the middle to like position this where you want, without having the bar there to stop you from pushing it further. Like there is some blockage here. As things are going into this opening, there's some blockage there, but way less than there had been before. It's also got a lot more room. All right, let's see if this works. That's really cool. That's really cool. That it just levitates there. It hovers there. All right. Let's see if we can pick it up with this now. I feel like this has a good shot at working. So I want to line up my arms left on the left side. Yeah. We should have enough space here. We should have enough room. Let's see this happen. Right? It's looking pretty good to me. Now, I guess the problem is going to be that we'll need to slide it into place underneath. So we'll see if this works. Let's let's start by positioning ourselves relatively close here. Am I going to be able to slide under it? Maybe not. We might need to like push it in from the other side. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about coming at it from this side, unfortunately. The fork parts are too close. Like, so the idea I had was that we would slide the forks around the plate here. pretty low to the ground. I was hoping they would just slide underneath, but that's not going to work, is it? I could still try to come at it from the other side. If I slide it around the tip, maybe I can get underneath it that way. Like this. Yeah, okay, so that's under it. That's great. Okay, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. Hold on. Just stay under it. Is that good enough? Maybe. If we get a good enough grip. All right, let's close the gripper and see how this plays out. Because that's locked in. I don't know if we have the leverage to lift it, though. All right, let's do this. Let's use the grappling hook to lock down our front. Okay, and then just try stuff, see what happens. Press buttons and pray. Okay. We've kind of got it to a degree. We don't have a good grip on it, but the leverage is kind of working a little bit. What can I do to make this a better grab? I have no way to... I have no good way to push it to the right. Oh, you know what I could do? Hold on. Let me use another grappling hook here. Something like this. Lean ourselves? No, that's not going to work. Maybe I could push myself so that the building pushes it into the grabber a little bit more. I could dump it forwards. Boy, why is picking things up so hard? we have a good item here. I could slowly creep towards the delivery point here. I just drag myself like this. And it doesn't quite use the wall the way I wanted it to. There we go. That pushed it in a little bit more. All right, let me take a little bit of a risk here. Let me go up to the... Let's see if we can slide it in just a bit. If I open you up, will you fall the way I want you to? No. Okay. It's not like... Yeah, it's not falling down. I mean, should I just roll with this? Should I just try and deliver it like this? Maybe. We have a grip on it, right? Yeah, fall like that. There we go. Okay, now I feel like I have a better grip on it. Where's this actuator thing? Okay, yeah, it feels like I do have enough of a grip now to play with it or move with it. I could try to get more and a better center of gravity for moving here. I feel like I should. I just don't want to lose. I just don't want to lose it. Okay, I'll take that. Let me close what I can of the arms here and see if we can get another point of contact on it. Okay. Not quite right. You're pushing it up instead of grabbing it from the top, so that's not great. Let me... Oof, it's a little reckless. It's a little risky right now. Close this more. I feel like I don't have a hold on it. It's just balanced now. Let me... Yeah, let me force... Yeah, let me... I did not have a hold on it. Okay. Oh, that's better. That's a lot better. Okay, I'll take that. You know what? That feels like something I can work with. That's enough of a hold that as long as I drive carefully, I feel like I'm okay here. Boy, this thing is awkward to lift, huh? Those arms were useless. Is there anything else I can do? I think at this point I just drive. I think we just drive here. Okay, so getting over those hills is non-starter. We're gonna have to go up this slope. I mean, at least I got a hold of it. Boy, this thing is awkward. It was 20 minutes of picking up the fin. It's only 1.7 kilometers. So since we have a grip on it that is good enough, we're just gonna go. Yeah, getting up that hill and down this one were probably the biggest challenges here. Is this gonna slide out of my... Yeah, this is gonna slide out if I go vertical down the side of this. And I don't want to pick it up again, so... To fix that, what do? Let's trap it against the side a little bit. Yeah. And then maybe get ready to... Yeah, adjust the angle a little bit. All right, let's see it. Okay. Go slow. Okay, all right. No, okay, all right. We can work with we can work together. Go backwards. Go backwards. Down the hill. Nice and slow. Work with me. Stuck on a rock is not great. I don't want to jump here. Where can I angle this so I can... Let's give ourselves just a little pull. Okay, all right. I think we've done it. There we go. Okay, I think we got it. Yikes, picking up awkward shapes is hard on Mars. That's the whole game, you guys. That's the entire game. Picking things up is hard on Mars. It's called Mars First Logistics, but it could be called PTUIHOM. What was that spelled? PTU, Patu, IHOM, IHOM, Patuihome, Patuihome, yeah. Game could be called Patuihome, no problem. Skabam! God, picking that up was so annoying. We built a rocket! Full of balls for some reason. Oh, okay, those aren't balls. Those are fuel tanks at the bottom. And the rocket's not finished. Okay. All right. Well, that feels like a pretty good place to call it. Hey, look, it's Stinky. This is what they needed him for. They needed him over here to stand at the base of this fin and hold a sparkler. I guess technically he's welding nothing, is what he's doing. He'll just stand there welding forever. But yeah, we're building a rocket to... Why are we building a rocket? We're here for the long haul, right? We're here to stay. We're here to colonize this place. So what's the rocket for? I guess we'll find out in future episodes as we continue working on these contracts and these awkward jobs to lift weird shapes with suboptimal tools and no thumbs. But that's going to be it for this time, guys. When we come back, we'll deliver the empty fuel tank, maybe deliver the fish or the generator. We'll probably do the fish and the generator. If you're playing the game, by the way, and you didn't check out the previous video on the playlist, it is a 7.5-minute tutorial on how to build this scout, or an early version of this scout, which, believe it or not, is available pretty early in the game, is pretty cheap and easy to build, and is a lot of fun for flying around. You do have to line it up first, but like, yeah, you can get a good amount of flight out of this guy. If you didn't see it. It's got auto stabilization and a bunch of other cool features. And it's even pretty easy to land. So yeah, check that out if you didn't already. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about the game and this build and my strong ability to lift objects on Mars. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.